Welcome back. As it does for us in an in-person retreat, making the transition from daily life mode to retreat mode is not an instant process, as you all know. So settling into an online retreat is not an instant process either. And actually, I don't know this, but for some of you, doing a somewhat lengthy online retreat may be a new experience. And it's a little bit different mode of settling in than it is with an in-person retreat. Similar in some ways and different in some ways. So we'll take our time with care and respect for ourselves to settle into this online retreat mode that we'll be sharing for the next 2 weeks. So for this sit, I'll offer just some very basic settling in guidelines. Just to help you make this transition from your daily life into retreat mode. And I see everybody's settling in, getting comfortable in their seat. So yes, getting comfortable in your seat. Settling into the body. Bringing mindful attention into the whole body, the posture, in a very simple way, not analytically and not very specifically in terms of body parts. Just this whole body sitting, sensing it and being mindful of it. And again, in a very simple way, bringing attention to the contact points: body, floor, cushion, body, chair, body. Noticing touching. Again, not analytically, just noticing how it is. Is there some pressure? Is there some sense of softness or hardness? Maybe some temperature sensation with these touching points. Sitting and touching. Noticing the legs, feet, and the ground, floor, cushion, touching. Hands, touching each other or hands and legs touching each other. And just keep settling in and relaxing into the body, staying alert and present, embodied. Keeping it simple. And now bringing mindful presence into the back of the body. Starting from the tailbone, vertebrae sitting on top of vertebrae, on up through the back, up in through the neck, and the head sitting on top of it all, so to say. And the back is straight, but not rigid. Important, not holding it tight and rigid, but straight as is comfortable for you. Allowing the energy to flow through, up and down this spinal area and through the whole body. And now bringing your attention into your shoulder areas. And letting the shoulders drop down. If you have them held up a little bit, just notice it without judgment or criticism. And just relax and let them fall naturally, a little bit lower, a little bit more easeful. And the arms hanging naturally down from the shoulders. Hands resting in each other, or hands resting on the legs. Again, in a relaxed manner. And bringing attention now up into the face. Into the jaw area. And sometimes a place in the body where we hold a lot of tension. And just noticing, heartfully noticing, kindly noticing, allowing the jaw to soften. If there's contraction and tightness there, just noticing, again, without judgment, without criticism, just let it soften. The mouth, lips softly touching each other, noticing touching there. Inside your mouth, the teeth not tightly clenched. You've just softened the jaw, so the teeth may not even be touching. And the tongue resting comfortably inside the mouth. For some, the tongue touching the bony palate, the upper bony palate. Can be a comfortable place. And again, just noticing touching in a simple way. Taking attention now into the cheeks, soft, moving up with our mindful presence to our eyes. Eyes very softly closed, not squeezed tight. If some of you are used to sitting with your eyes slightly open in a soft, unfocused gaze, the Zen way of sitting, that's okay. Just don't get fixated with your gaze on something. And I would also encourage you, if you're used to sitting with your eyes slightly open with this soft, non-fixated gaze, to occasionally let the eyes softly close. And again, there's a very subtle sense of touching the eyelids over the eyeball, eyelids touching each other. It's pretty subtle, but there's touching here too. Even noticing behind the eyes, allowing that to soften, relax. Not forcing anything, not trying to make something happen. Relaxing and releasing in a gentle way. And now mindful attention moving up into the brow area, the forehead. Again, allowing any tightness or contraction in there being noticed. Again, without judgment or criticism or discussion. And allowing this to smooth out, soften. Continuing this process of relaxed, mindful presence in the body. Arriving here, now. Attention moving to the temple area. And around to the back of the head. Mindful presence here. Relaxation and openness. Allowing a sense of easefulness in this area of the body. And bringing our attention to different areas of the body. For instance, right now, the temples and the back of the head. We notice some sensations that we may not have paid any attention to previously. It's subtle, but it's there. And just notice it, whatever it is. Now letting attention move up to the top of the head, all around the top of the head. Mindful presence here. Allowing our whole top of body, the whole from the neck, face, up through the head, all around the head, to just relax and open. So much is held. So much holding starts there. Let it soften, open. This is a gift to yourself. Starting our retreat embodied, relaxed, receptive, mindfully present. In an easeful way. Receiving presence in the body. Receiving the body in presence. And when the breath makes itself known, then allow mindful attention to move to the breath. Not trying to find it or get it, not trying to make the attention, force the attention to the breath. Receiving the breath. Again, very simply, one in breath and one out breath. Not trying to breathe in any particular way or any special way at all. Breath happening, breath breathing itself, receiving it, connecting, knowing, sensing and knowing, one in breath and one out breath. And connecting with the breath wherever it's most clearly available sensorially for you. It's not the thought of the breath or the idea of the breath, but the sensations of an in-breath and the sensations of an out-breath, however they are. For some of you, the most direct and clear connection may be the breath through the belly, the abdominal area. The rising with the in-breath, the rising movement, and the falling movement, as it's traditionally called, with the out-breath. For some of you, the most direct sensorial experience of breath may be at the what's called the Anapana spot or the nostril upper lip area. The subtle sensations of an in-breath in this area of the body. And the subtle sensations of the out-breath in this area of the body. And there may be some of you who practice following the whole breath, the whole body breathing. Which starts as an in-breath through the nostril area, the Anapana spot area. And the breath goes in and down and through the whole body. Maybe you're used to following it and noticing it and connecting mindfully with it in this way. And then as it comes back out, up and out, again, through the nostril area. So as we're settling into retreat mode today, this first day of our practice for 2 weeks together, any of these three breath ways are fine. Right now, do what's most easily connectable for you, what you know, what you're used to. And allowing your whole being, body, heart, mind to settle in. Settle into this amazing practice, this great gift that you've given to yourselves and that we give to each other by being in retreat together. We'll sit together now, mostly silently. I may offer a couple of reminders now and then, but not much, for 30 minutes. Keeping it simple, sitting, touching, you may want to do a similar body scan as what I guided just a little while ago to help you continue to settle in and relax. If you feel that might be helpful, go ahead and do it. And then when the breath shows up in a way that says, here I am, then connecting with the breath. Sensations of an in-breath and sensations of an out-breath. In the place where it's most clearly and easily connected for you sensorially. And for this arriving sit, our arriving into retreat sit, when the mind goes off here and there, just recognize it. Again, with a care and gentle attitude. No judgment, no criticism, no discussion about it. That's more thought, of course. Just notice it's gone off here and there. And let the thoughts go as they, of course, do anyway. There's no thought that sustains for very long. Just let it be. And gently come back to the simple, direct sensations of an in-breath and an out-breath. As we settle in and gather our attention our often dispersed attention, gently gathering it in. Just sitting. How amazing that there's no place to go, nothing to do. The breath breathing itself, embodied, just sitting right here, right now. So, just a few words about walking meditation. It's important to do walking meditation. It's important to move our bodies. And walking is a simple way to do this. And for most of us, available. If it's not an availability for you because of particular physical conditions, then you can move your body sitting and staying in one place, moving your arms, your back, your legs, without actually walking. I suggest you do not do very, very slow walking. I encourage you to walk at a somewhat slow bit and then slow down just a little bit more than that. Do not force slow walking. We're settling in, we're taking our time. And with the way that I and Christina will be offering the development of concentration, we won't be doing the very slow Mahasi practice style walking. It's actually not helpful with the way that we'll be offering the development of the mind through anapanasati practice. But it is really important to do some walking practice. If you are available, if it's available for you to walk outside, if the weather is supportive, then walk outside. If it's not supportive, then walk inside. If you're outside, I strongly encourage you not to walk where there's a lot of traffic, cars, and a lot of people. So if you have a space outside, a backyard, or out in front of where you're staying, that's fine to walk outside as long as it's fairly quiet or maybe very quiet and supportive for your practice. Staying mindful with the movement in the body. And also connecting with breath, not as ongoing or as deeply as we do when we're sitting, but reconnecting with the breath and connecting in the body, embodied, moving. And at a somewhat slower than normal pace, but not really, really slow. Walking practice is refreshing. It's grounding. So make sure you do some walking or some movement practice each day, a few times. So enjoy your walking, inside or outside. See you again soon.